came to me today is like, in order to really connect with God the way you want to, the way you need to first, but the way you want to, in order to get the best out of life. And I came up with this because I was listening to some gospel music while I was working. And I just realized how good it just feels to listen to that kind of music. How good the things are that stir up in me. How that sensation and those things feel. And it just makes me feel like I'm just surrounded by the presence of God. And it's almost like, this is what I want to live in. However, I find myself outside, not outside of His presence, but not living in that moment that I feel. And it's just because of life and the busybodiness of life and just the comings and the goings and the ins and outs, and just not settling down and taking time to spend with God and setting your environment up, I guess you can say spiritually, to the point where you're actually just have a sense of walking in His presence. So the question came and says, you want it, but why don't you have it? And the answer is, it takes a sacrifice. You gotta give up a lot. When you think about all the worldly distractions that hinder you from walking in the presence of God, continually walking in the presence of God, you realize that you're holding on to a lot of stuff that's either really not worth holding on to, has real no bearings on your end time. It's just a coming to understanding that if you want to get someplace, you got to sacrifice and give up some things to get to where you want to go, or get to what you want to get to. So it's almost like you got to question yourself, what are you willing to give up to get what you want? And a lot of the answers to that is the worldly lifestyle, even though it might not seem so worldly, but it's the worldly lifestyle and all the attributes that come along with it. You have to find a balance so that you're not like super spiritual and just over the top. But when you find a balance, you'll realize that it's just a lot of mess in your life that you need to surrender, turn away from, and give up. And then you can walk in that presence, a continual walk in that presence of God, and just feel like you're there. So I don't know. You can like, comment, subscribe, follow. I'm on YouTube at Right Standing. But yeah, I'm just putting this out there because it's just a thought. When my thoughts occur, I just want to document them and then send them out and see if anybody else is thinking like me. Peace.